Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Tragic Mike with another account takeover. Today we are looking at ByGem, and I've already done my initial look-see into his account here, and imagine that, I've got a spreadsheet. Um, he is player level 60, 1.1 million player power. You can see how that's broken down over here. Um, Farmer is Skull Crown. Current challenge is to ascend a Magic Champion to rank 6. Uh, Pretty deep into the missions. Let's see. Potion dungeons are maxed. Minotaur is maxed. Here's where it kind of falls apart. And mainly what he's asked me to look at today is getting him deeper into these dungeons because he is getting close to needing to auto these. Um, so we're going to have to see what's going on there. Gold 4 in Arena, about halfway through Nightmare. Well, a little less than halfway. And he's doing about 15 million per key on Brutal. I'm not sure if maybe he's limiting himself there. We will take a look at it. So this is actually going to be a deep dive into this account because I have noticed some things and there's quite a bit to work on. For now, let me show you his champions. He's got some really good ones. Um, I didn't actually count the legendaries. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He does have the most recent fusion champ, Gillian or Cillian. Um, Shamrock is actually decent now. So I lost count. But yeah, he's got a few legendaries. He does have Skull Crusher. As far as 60s, the top two lines here are taken to 60. Got 2 Cold Hearts, Bulwark for debuff extension, Cult Brawler, Tayrell. Actually, he's got a Royal Guard in there too. Spider should really be no problem. Um, let's see, as far as healers, we've got Steel Skull, we've got Doom Priest, Brask, Fenisil. He does actually have some really good champions. Some of these were chilling in the vault. Like Zargala was hanging out in the vault. She definitely deserves a spot up here in the 60s. Rearguard Sergeant could help him progress into Nightmare, which he's looking to do. Uh, Here's a couple champions, Defiled Sinner and Infernal Baroness, that for some reason people don't seem to build these. These two are both excellent for Spider. Um, Catacomb Counselor, excellent for Fire Knight. Excruciator is pretty good for single target and arena. I don't think he probably doesn't need her for arena, but there's a lot to work with here. Something I am kind of noticing is a little bit of odd gear choices. Um, he is using Skull Crown as his farmer and an arena right now, which I guess could kind of explain pumping the defense and speed. Whoops. This is just not how I would have built her. Um, we are limited in artifacts because of where he's at in Spider. But I think there's a decent amount of gear to pull from here. So, like I said, this is going to be a deep dive. I'm not sure where I'm going to start first. So I'm going to look at that a little bit more. I may actually just go through each champion and give individual recommendations. That might make this video pretty long, but I think overall it would be beneficial. Um, let me decide where I'm going to start here and be right back. Okay, so I decided to start with kind of a gear cleanse here. We've got 643 items, so pretty packed. I'm going to go through here and see what we really need and what I can get rid of. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and start at the bottom. Now on these sets, like Divine Speed, Divine Life, Divine Crit, Divine Offense, these are relatively hard to get, so I am more lenient with what I let pass. See, none of these are really fabulous, but I'm going to let them go. They may find a use at some point. Definitely end game kind of usage when you're talking attack on boots, but what else do we have here? Flat stats. Here's a good example. There is a 99% chance that you will never ever want to use this item, but let me explain why I'm going to leave this here. It has decent substats. I'm not suggesting that you roll this up. I'm not suggesting that you ever use this unless you have no other options. Now, there is another option here with the same substats, so it's probably not going to get used. But this maxes at 3,500 health. Okay, on somebody like Tormund, absolutely useless. On somebody like Kale, it becomes less useless. That's not really a great example. Right now, Kale has, yeah, he's got a 40% health chest on. So if we swap this in, he's losing 5,000 health. Max this out, it's going to gain about 3,000. He's still down 2,000, but maybe these substats would help him at some point. I just can't force myself to trash this one. Now, the same cannot be said for flat attack stats or flat defense stats. They are junk. There was actually one sitting right here, and I already sold it off and came back to explain myself a little bit better. Another flat health with all percentage. I'm going to leave that go. Let that go. Same reasoning. So, like I said, I'm much more lenient with these divine sets because they are hard to get. Most likely just going to leave all these here. And continue on. So I won't make you guys watch all this. I'll come back when I'm done. All right, so I've made my way through most of the gear here. I have gotten up to critical rate gear, and I just want to mention something here. Crit rate gear is really not very good. It's great for low level, basically low level accounts. Once you get up to level 60 and basically to the point where this account should be, you want to be using as little crit rate gear as possible. So he actually has quite a bit here, and it looks like he's been using it quite a bit. Just not something I would recommend. And I've been fairly brutal on what I've gotten rid of, and I've only gotten rid of 68 items so far, so there is actually some good gear in this account. I may or may not have to roll some of that up. If I do, I think there's plenty of silver, so not too worried about it. 4-star blues, unless they really stand out, I'm getting rid of those. This one's staying. Attack and speed. These are already rolled up, so I'm just kind of glancing over them. That's gone. This most likely should be gone, but I'll let it go because he's already invested some in it. It's not terrible. That's gone. For me, that would be gone, but I don't need to get rid of everything. Let's see. Speed, get rid of those. These will probably never be used. Probably never be used. Very probably never be used. I'm going to get rid of those. It's a possibility, I guess. So anyway, I could have been more stringent than I was, but overall there's some pretty good gear here. And I'm just about to wrap it up, so I'm going to cut. Alright, final tally here. 83 items, 1.264 million silver. Bye-bye. So that still leaves us with a hefty chunk of items, and I haven't even dug into the items that are actually equipped yet. Like I said, this probably is going to be a long video. I may actually have to break it up, but I think I'm going to go through each one of his 60s here and kind of diagnose as best I can. So let's go ahead and start with Tormund. Tormund right now, a little bit over 3,000 defense. Pretty fast, in my opinion, for a Tormund. Crit rate through the roof, way more than it needs to be. Crit damage is pretty high. Accuracy is pretty low for a Tormund. He does not have an accuracy banner. Let's call that 80. And let's dig into the gear here. Crit rate, crit damage, crit rate, accuracy, resist, crit rate, crit damage, crit rate, gloves. Okay, so Tormund needs to be tanky, like super tanky. And all his abilities are based on defense. So, is crit rate a good idea? I don't think so. Is speed gear a good idea? Not really. At 94 speed, each 2 set of speed gear is giving him, what, 10 probably? Let's see, 40. Well, I guess it's 12. But each 2 set of defense gear okay, give me something without defense. There we go. Each 2 set of defense gear is giving him 214 defense. So you always want to play to each champion's strengths. His defense is huge. Anytime you can get a percentage defense on him, it's pretty important. Percent defense or percent health. So I would have him in either health gear, health, immortal, defense. That's about it. So that's what you're really looking for For arena, you want your accuracy as high as possible, your resist as high as possible. So maybe some accuracy gear in there, maybe some resist gear. Definitely, probably not speed gear. I have a feeling these could be used much better on a different character. I just feel like I should take one more look through the champions here to show what I've done with them, mainly for completion purposes. I have a bad feeling this video is going to jump around a lot. I've probably got 8 hours worth of recordings to sort through and pick and choose. It may get ugly, but like I said, final overview of the champions here. Tormund, almost 40,000 health. What is that, 4,500? 4,300 defense, 150 speed. Decent crit damage, 50% crit. Accuracy and resist are fairly decent. That will get better with a banner, which we still didn't pull. Rosin has the accuracy where he needs it. He's sitting at exactly 170 speed. One of the reasons for this, it was partially by accident, and then I left it that way on purpose. Skull Crusher is also at exactly 170 speed. My thoughts on this are they can still be run in Brutal that way, and if he transitions to Nightmare, he can probably just push a couple speed onto Skull Crusher and it would still work. I'm a little fuzzy right now. I'm not 100% positive that will work, but I think it's worth a shot. So anyway, 3,700 defense. Not bad, not great. Rosin still needs some work. Would very much like to get rid of these crazy sets that are on him. Rashkard. I didn't do a whole lot to Rashkard, I don't think. I did pull some attack gear off and put speed on. I know I did that. I'm not sure if I added these immortal pieces or not. But resist is huge for arena. Speed is high enough to compete there, even without a booster. And you saw him save the day probably multiple times if you've been watching this. Shazar, I've got over a little over 3,000 attack, quite high health, 175 speed, mainly for arena. Crit, still could gain a little more crit, but accuracy was the focus. Accuracy, crit, speed. He's looking pretty good to me. Skull Crown, I did a pretty big rework on. I put her in lifesteal gear. As much crit and crit damage as I could muster. Attack on the chest. I had to go crit rate on the gloves. It's more important that she crit in the first place than to have high crit damage and low crit rate. Accuracy I usually don't worry about on her. And actually, normally I would be running these boots instead of these boots. I'm not going to switch them back right now because he may prefer the speed. I prefer the attack for great big bombs dropped on their head in arena. And that goes double if you have ambush. Moving on. Your Skull Crusher. Interesting. Um, like I said, at first this happened by accident, but then I decided to keep it that way, which is probably why I didn't roll this weapon up. I've got 2 sets of Immortal on him to hopefully keep him alive. His defense is almost 3,000, that's 2,900, with 40,000 health. 170 speed, as I've mentioned. Accuracy is low enough that it should not proc on the clan boss. I guess I could have rolled that up at some point, but yeah, if this gets rolled up, he's over 3,000 defense, so he should be pretty good. Sanisha, I did use quite a bit. Found a decent Divine Speed set. Health, crit rate, speed, crit rate, speed, crit rate, crit damage, speed. So she's at 186 speed. Would like to see her closer to 200 probably. 99% crit, 107 crit damage, and 37,000 health. So she's pretty darn useful. Ultimate Gaelic, pump the speed way up. 90% crit, 91. Crit damage we don't care about. Accuracy, 232, which means he can land his debuffs on anybody. His health is still very low. It would be nice if he could have, 35,000 health, 40,000 health. Mainly what you're going to be using this guy for is the AoE HP burn. So he really just needs to be healthy and fast with good accuracy. If you have someone that can boost his attack, he doesn't even need crit rate. But since I'm relying on him to do it himself with this skill, he needs to have a crit. He needs to have the crit rate. Juliana, I don't think I touched. She's actually set up pretty well. I would strongly consider running a speed team with these champions. I really would. I know it's not the popular opinion. But yeah. At least until Steel Skull gets booked, because he's going to want Steel Skull in here with Skull Crusher. Almost guaranteed. Even though I'm not a big Steel Skull fan, it's either going to be Doom Priest or Steel Skull. My preference would be Doom Priest. Yeah, I really just like her better. That automatic cleanse and heal. She does not have the increased defense. So that's an issue. But I still like Doom Priest. Tayrell. Tayrell let me down all day long. Did what I could with him. I feel like, I could make him a little bit healthier, a little bit tankier by rolling these things up. That's not even a defense. Not even a defense glove, but it's got high accuracy on it. So I've been fighting for defense and accuracy the entire time. And this is where he's sitting. It's not great. I know that he's probably a staple in the Clan Boss team. At least he probably should be. But he's not going to get real far the way he's geared right now, unfortunately. Royal Guard. Crit's way up. Less crit damage than he had before because I needed crit rate gloves to ensure this. Accuracy is too low to be of use. Health is where it needs to be, and he's in lifesteal set. So he is useful in level 20 dungeons. He's still not easy to keep alive, but he can stay alive. Occult Brawler. Accuracy's up, crit rate's down, defense is okay, 36,000 health. I don't have a lot of experience with this guy. I'm hoping that he's okay the way he is. I did break a lifesteal set on him. I left most of it here, but this is accuracy. He's got some speed and defense on there too, but he just really needs that accuracy. That is the most important thing on him. If he's not doing poisons, he might as well not be in the team. So, Bulwark, I think I did mess with a little bit. I think I had to because I stripped gear from him. So he is very defensive, very low health. I don't know that this is enough health for Nightmare. It's probably okay for Brutal. And again, accuracy is still pretty low on him. Cold Hearts. This is the best Cold Heart I could make. And if you're very experienced with Cold Heart, you'll probably say, well, that's not very good. But the accuracy is where it needs to be. The speed's where I wanted it to be. Crit rate's good. Crit damage is okay. I focus on keeping my Cold Hearts alive. I would actually have preferred to put an Immortal set on her, at least one, but I couldn't find any with accuracy. So, she's in Cruel, accuracy, speed. That's the way I like her, and it works. This one, not terrible, but not great. Well, actually, this one's pretty terrible, but I did put it in lifesteal gear, so it's slightly less terrible, and she has enough accuracy to still get the turn meter reduction about half the time, probably, on level 19 and 20. I would not recommend using her unless you absolutely have to, the way she's set up right now. So I'm putting her in the vault. Apothecary, I managed to push about 10 extra speed on him, and that did make a difference in some of the dungeons, specifically Spider. That 10 extra speed helped quite a bit. Scortorsis I did use, and I actually quite enjoyed this guy. The cooldown on this is very nasty. But overall, it's a pretty solid champion, and it's not somebody that I see used very often. Doom Priest. Got her up to 160 speed, almost 40,000 health. She helped when I needed her. I did gear Vrask. He did help. I don't think he's going to make it in any of the final video cuts, but I like Vrask. He was geared. I don't know what the intention was before, but he's set up closer to what he should be now. You know, like 36,000 health, high crit rate. It's only 86%. Ideally, it would be 100. You know, high health, high crit, high speed is what you want on Vrask. That makes him your heal bot You don't really have to worry about it. You just put him in and let him go. I tried to use Painkeeper a time or two. I didn't spend much energy on, spend much effort or silver trying to gear her. At 50, she just really can't stay alive. And that's about it. Like I said, I just wanted to go back through here and highlight some of the things that I did. Okay, so I have to admit, I sometimes forget how annoying level 17, 16, and 17 spider are. Most people have trouble at 15 and 19. 17 is really a pain in the butt too. So I'm going to move on for now. See what the re-gearing can do for me here, and let's go ahead and do dragon. So blue affinity. Let's see here. I like to have, see, on somebody with blue affinity, I like to have a green tank in here. Steel Skull could be useful here. Crimson Helm is actually very good here. I don't know if he's even got her built up. Vrask should be able to do it. Very low speed, very low crit. I wonder. Well, it looks like he's got some gear on there, but it's not the gear we want. So, Rosin's a yes. Cold Heart is a yes if she can stay alive. Yes if he can stay alive. Tormund should help with that. Okay, this is attempt number 2. Just now getting to the dragon. I put Cold Heart in there. I was somewhat worried about keeping her alive, and you can see that that was an issue. She went down on the second wave, but we may still have a shot here. Obviously, Cold Heart is great for dragon. The problem is getting her to the dragon. And I did notice that she doesn't have Blood Drinker. That usually helps keep her alive. I might have to dig into how her masteries are set up. And this is looking like a slow death here. I do like Scartoris, I think that's his name, and Doom Priest here. I might toss Sanisha in and just go for the long, slow win. I do think Dragon hits harder the longer he's alive, so you almost have to have some kind of nuker in here, but without more major re-gearing, I don't know that the Cold Hearts are going to make it. So, back to the drawing board. So, looking at this Cold Heart here, this is one that I re-geared. It's not ideal, but she is decently geared. Um, completely booked. What I want to talk about here is the masteries. I do have the go-ahead to redo masteries. I'm going to try not to spend gems, and this one is free. So I am going to change the masteries on this Cold Heart, going through defense tree, mainly so I can get the counterattack. This will help her stay alive. It will help down the shield in Fire Knights faster. And that's about it, actually. But there's a couple useful things here in the defense tree, so I'm going to go ahead and respec. I think Bloodthirst is the way to go. 5% reduction on AoE damage is not huge, and if Plarium has done their job right, these two should be equivalent. So yeah, I'm going to go this direction. And pick up Retribution. 1 point left. Might as well go Heart of Glory. Alright, so that's that. Okay, as you can see, we are back to the dragon. Took about 2 minutes again. No problems so far. Not sure if I'm going to get this one down or not, but I have taken control so that I can time the time all the abilities, but especially the Heartseeker. Get those buffs off. Thank you. Not yet. Nope, not yet. There we go. Now, is there any point to using this? Not really. Can you tell I don't have a Torment? Come on, dragon. Are you going to inhale or not? We're just too fast for you now, huh? There we go. Kaboom. And that's all she wrote. Alright, there's 17, not spider, 17 dragon. What's next? 18, fire affinity. Force affinity. Got Shamrock and Crimson Helm down there, but yep, Shazar's got to go in for this one. Actually, OB would be good too. Can Apo keep himself alive? That is the question. Find out after this. Alright, we're coming up on the end of the second wave here. So far so good. It's taking a little bit longer, but it's not bad. As far as the dragon goes, we do not have a cleanse, but don't think we'll need it with this group. I probably should have taken control there, but we'll let it run. Let it run till the next Heartseeker. Alright, we're getting some poison stacked up there. Cold Heart is hurting. Do not want to use Heartseeker yet. But if she's going to die anyway, I should probably do it. Let's not and say we did. Come on, we need those poisons. There's that counterattack helping keep her alive, just barely. But she'll probably die on her turn, yep. Alright, let's see if poisons and bombs can get this done. And it looks like they did. There we go. Oh, that was a close one, but I like close ones. On to the next one. So, Dragon 19. Yep, Dragon 19. And we can use our blue champs. I'm putting Killian back in there. I really like that guy. I wish he was level 60. Sure, Tyrell. I might have taken the gear off of him. Let's just toss that other Cold Heart in here. Because we should be getting to the point where these things have quite a bit of health. And enemy max HP abilities are going to do major damage. Once again, we just have to worry about them staying alive. I hope they do, and I will report back in just a second. Alright, so Killian got wrecked, followed closely by Cold Heart. Alright, what you're looking at here is attempt 3 or 4, I think. I really got tired of the Cold Heart, just hoping and praying that the Cold Heart and or Royal Guard would survive. So I tore all 3 down, built one Cold Heart, the one that I respect. I mix and matched her gear, built the best Cold Heart I could build with about 32,000 health, and I pumped Royal Guard over 30,000 health and put lifesteal on him. So, alright, so we finally made it to the dragon with everybody up. I did this on full manual as well. So, I didn't mean to do that. So everybody's abilities are ready. This should be a winner, we hope. I have to do this to keep him alive. There we go. Okay, wasn't the prettiest thing in the world, wasn't the fastest thing in the world, but got it down. Now we can focus on stage 20, which is the one that really matters. That is Magic Affinity Blue. So we're going to be looking for red champions mostly. Actually, this team might be able to make it. Going to try it just the same way I did and see how it goes. Okay, we are down to the wire here against this Dragon 20. I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to beat it or not, but we're going to find out in the next couple seconds. Wow. So close. So close. There's Dragon Stage 20 down. I'll tell you a little bit about how I got there. You'll notice Scartorsus is back. I found some shield gear, actually. Where the heck is he? There he is. Found some shield gear that was on what the heck is his name? Executioner, believe it or not. It was hanging out on this guy in the vault. I was just going to look for some health gear to pump his health up, but the shield gear actually gives me a little bit of leeway, a little extra survivability for Royal Guard. Um, I just don't think our Cold Hearts are going to make it in there. And this guy, besides the health and the shield set, he brings extra attack and crit. Now the attack doesn't do much for Rosin and Tormund, but the crit rate really does. Um, and this, even though it's a 7-turn cooldown, this heal was pretty instrumental, and it removes all debuffs. So this came in very handy for the dragon itself. Scartorsus is actually a pretty good character. If he had any stun gear, I would absolutely throw that on this guy because of his attack all A1. For now, I'm gonna let it go. I got to Dragon 20. I beat Dragon 20, and I'll let him get the time down. But these guys actually should be able to auto it. If not now, then soon. So I'm not going to change that team. I'm probably not going to change any of the gear on anybody on that team. So I'm going to move on. Let's see what's next. All right. Witnessing the end of Ice Golem Stage 16. Sure you can believe this. Coldheart died in the first wave, I think. Should have had Royal Guard in there, but I actually wanted to see how his original team did just with the gear changes. So this was the team that was already there, and I just let them auto Ice Golem. Stage 17 Ice Golem. I am putting Kale in there because of the affinity. Skull Crown just because she's awesome. And Royal Guard. This is one of those I'm just going to let it auto through. I may or may not fast forward. Alright, that was not all bad. Kale did not do his job. Did not do well at all. Let's go Rosh card. Let's go Rosh card. So, as you can see, Rush Card was absolutely a game changer there. Um, his timing was a little strange on the waves, but the block damage came in almost perfectly in sync uh, against the boss. So that was pretty awesome. And I will keep that in mind and probably use him again when it is a good idea to do so. And I don't really see any reason not to do it now. Um, except that rosin would be handy. Let's go with rosin um, for the bog down mostly. Yeah, we're gonna go with rosin. Let's let her rip. Okay, so I made a bad call. Not the first, not even the first today. Um, took rosin out. Actually took Skull Crown out because I'm putting Rush Card back in and I want to try Cold Heart. Um, hopefully Rush Card can keep her alive. Between Torment, taunting, and freezing, Rush Card blocking, um, cooldown skills, and putting the block damage up, hopefully she can stay alive. Gonna find out for sure. Well, talk about a legendary effort. Torment and Rashkard did some work there. What I'd really like to see, some AoE healing, possibly block debuffs. I'm really sick of Cold Heart dying all the time. Um, Steel Skull could be nice. Not really here. Doom Priest could be nice. Excellent, but not at level 40. Let me think about this one for a minute. Okay, I think Sinisha should solve our healing issue. We don't really need Royal Guard. We don't really need Cold Heart. Sometimes it's better just to take these guys down slow and even. So that's what we're working on here. Once again, I will probably just let this run. I might take over towards the end. Okay, there we go. Kind of by the skin of our teeth again, but we really only have to beat this once. Stage 19 might give us a little trouble. Okay, as you see, I just finished Golem Stage 19. That was agonizingly slow. So slow that I just left it on auto and went for a walk. Got myself something to drink. Came back and he was almost dead. You'll notice there's no Torment in here. I was reluctant to put Tyrell in because his accuracy is low, but he did actually land the decreased attack on the boss a couple times. And with all this healing and the block damage, I finally got through him. So, hooray! When in doubt, add more heals. And for anybody that doesn't know, just in case, hit point balance, like Sanisha does and a couple other characters do, that does not count as a heal. So even if somebody has heal reduction on them, she can still balance hit points. Balance hit points and get them back up. So that's done. What are we going to do on stage 20? Alright, they are out. These three are going to stay in. I'm going to bring Tormund back in. And I'm just not thinking Coldheart's going to stay alive. I really don't think she is. So, Royal Guard. This should actually be fine. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm hoping I can have a one and done here. I would love that. All right, here's the true test. And Apothecary is being stupid like Apothecary does, so I could let this play out, but I don't think I'm going to. I really don't have the gear to support Tyrell. So, I've been at this for a while, and the Battle Pass has rolled over to the next day. So, I'm going to go ahead and run a few arenas here. And we might as well take the easy win while we can. This will give you an idea of how these guys are running. With the new gear, Tormund is pretty insane. Way too easy. This one might be a little tougher. Or not. Alright, let's try somebody that might actually give us a little trouble here. When I say little, it probably is little. We'll see. Come on now. There's some freezes kicking in. This probably would have gone a little bit better if I had manualed, but yeah, this is not an easy team. Yeah, it's too late to save it now. Let's see. Sure. They got us beaten power by a hair. Ithos. Somebody I never remember. I think we'll be okay. Nice. Taunt. More block buffs, that'll work. Kaboom. Increase all their turn meters. Looking good. Ouch. I don't know why you guys are prioritizing Seeker, but really shouldn't matter. Oh, come on. Alright, take this rosin out. Thank you. There we go. Now, as an alternative, we could I like this team. We could pull Shazar. I'm actually going to here. Not saying that you should pull him all the time because he is a good character, but this gives us a little extra speed. It's actually dangerous going into a Torment, but we're going to do it anyway. Alright, priority here needs to be Gorgo. It looks like he's pretty stout, actually, so this could be tough. Apothecary down. Finish him off. There we go. All right. Well fought, well won. Not bad. And that completes the daily. What was the battle pass? Oh, I need to use a magic champion. Okay. Take our freebies here. I'm not going to spend gems on this. Yeah, let's get these guys. Magic champion, you say, huh? Yeah, that hurt. Yeah, that hurt. Now what are you going to do? Piece of cake. I really want to try these guys again, but they're pretty stout. Do not want to touch these guys. Not sure about these. This could be a very dangerous team, or it could be crap. I'm going to take my chances there. That's okay. That hit harder than I expected, but that's okay too. Well done. All right. Perfect. Let's see where we're at here. Well, I'm going to take this just to see if there's anything good there. And yeah, I might do this stuff real quick just to get it out of the way. Then we're back onto the dungeon grind. So see you in a sec. All right, guys. I have something a little bit special for you here. ByGem told me that if I hit 900 gems, to go ahead and buy a shard pack, which I'm going to do. And see if I can pull him a Valkyrie. So, fingers crossed. Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. It's my first shard pull. He and I are both hoping that a little YouTube video action will bring him some luck. So, let's see. Let's start with a single pull. Nothing. Very useful character. Um, for anybody that doesn't know, this guy is a win button for the magic keep, even at level 40. Just put health on him and accuracy and let him destroy the boss for you. Hound spawn, garbage. Alright. 10 times. Come on, legendary. See what we get. No, 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 no. Come on, no. Ah, really nothing spectacular there at all. All right, 4 more chances. Oh, oh, oh. It is not Valkyrie, but we did get a Drex Star. Hey, Johnny. This right here might get us farther in Spider. Let's keep going. No, nobody wants you. Come on, last one. Last one. Ah. Mother Superior is not bad. She's actually pretty darn useful as a healer. Um, mainly because of this extra surplus shield that she puts on. So if you have somebody with low health, like Goldheart, you can kind of extend their health with this shield. And this is a shield with continuous heal. She is pretty nice, actually. Decrease attack on her A1. Alright, so that wasn't the luck we were hoping for, but we did get a legendary. We beat the odds, so that's pretty awesome. And let's see, Summon Rush. We get anything good here? Interceptor. We'll take it. We'll take that. And we're going to look at Drex Star. So, his attacks are mainly defense based, which means you can make him tanky. He provokes, and then if he's hit, there's a chance to place an HP burn. So, this guy plus Torment should equal a whole lot of win on spiders. Alright. Feel like doing a couple more arena battles here. I like this. I like this. I like this better. We ain't got no time for manual. Bye bye, see you later. These guys are dangerous. But can we do anything about it? We're just going to take the bombs off. Let's go with... Yeah, that looks like fun.
This might be a loser, but we'll see. Oh hell, maybe not. Too easy, man, too easy. Torment is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like, honestly, it doesn't even matter what you put in here, but it doesn't matter at all. Oh, look at these guys trying to prove me wrong. Isn't that cute? See you later. Sure. You can't cleanse the bombs if you're dead. So, there you go. That's a pretty good example of what this account can do in Arena now, which is pretty impressive.
And now, on with the show.
Okay, so I took a break from Ice Golem and decided to move on to Fire Knight. But who knows what order I'm going to cut all this in, so this might be the first thing you see. This team is working like amazingly well together. Rush card paired with Skull Crusher, they are just piggybacking the ally protection and counterattack plus the block damage. They are piggybacking so that Cold Heart has basically taken no damage this entire time, which is amazing. Torment is also doing a great job of taunting and freezing, so this has been absolute gravy. Yeah, it's taken about 2 minutes per wave, but it's very easy. And I'm actually going to let this auto just to see if they can do it. Pretty sure they can. Maybe not this first round. Yep, there we go. First round got it done. No counterattacks there, but that's okay. Shield is down. Might be time for a Heartseeker. Let's hope not. Alright. The counterattacks took that down. There's our Heartseeker. Man, that didn't hit very hard. I wonder if I've got the right Cold Heart in there. Healing reduction. Block damage is up. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than this. So it looks like one more round maybe, and this guy will be down. Oh man, did that really just happen? How lame. At least the healing reduction was still up. We're going to get counterattacks here. There we go. So that is 100% auto stage 18 Fire Knight. Next up is Magic Affinity. I think we're going to use the same team. Let me make sure this is the right Cold Heart. 180, 180. That is her. All right. Let's see if we can keep the streak going. We've got Rays to deal with here. Gotta love Ray. That helps. That hurt. That absolutely hurt. Alright. So I might have to manual this, but I'm pretty sure I can still get it down with this same team. I'm actually going to let it run. No, I'm not. So, I won't make you watch the first half again. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, I made it past the waves, slowly but surely. Making sure to lock down the ray completely. Now it's boss time. We hate to see that. I was trying to stretch one more round before I hit the block damage. Guess that was a bad idea. Now I need to stretch it. Oh, that hurts my soul. Hurts my soul. Ah. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Back to the drawing board. second verse is same as the first here. The only difference being that I haven't screwed up this time. I may very well hear though. Alright, speed, just in case. Oh yeah. Now we got some healing. Little poison can't hurt. Kaboom. Alright, 19 Fire Knight down. Ah, another piece of curing gear. Yay. So, final stage Fire Knight is red? Red. We're going to see if this team can get there. I'm drawing a blank right now on who we actually have to fight. I know there are some people in here that have one-shot potential. They should go after Apothecary. We're gonna see. Well, they can't win if they can't move, so gotta love Tormund. Let's stop this here just so they don't waste their abilities. And they're good for the next round. Okay, here we are at the boss. This one is going to be slightly faster than the last one. And Coldheart was coming in right under the wire, so I'm not sure if she'll be able to really chain her Heartseekers or not. We are going to find out. And right now I don't know what's on cooldown, so we're going to have to see. That's on cooldown, and so is that. But we can get his shield down, and hopefully he won't one-shot anybody. Oh, actually, ba-boom. That makes things very nice. Let's get that heal reduction up. Resisted. Do not like that. There we go. Ooh, buddy, that hurt. It's gonna be really close. Oh, he won. No big deal. Shouldn't need that yet. just in case. Very nice, Cold Heart. Way to do your job. Oops, the reduction wasn't up. This is one of those just in case things. Yeah, why not? Did not reduce turn meter. I'm going to go ahead and block the damage just to be safe. We're doing pretty well here. I don't think I need to save it as a backup. Rather let Apothecary catch up on some healing here. This could be a big boom. Whew. Oh my god. Apothecary went down. Come on, man. Well, once again, I screwed up. Should not have done what I knew I should not have done. I needed to save that block damage. So I guess I get what I deserve here. Wiping and doing this one more time. Yeah, this might take forever. All right, on to the next. All right, everybody. So I am really cutting it close on the time and resources that I have left to spend on this account. I'm still banging my head against the spider, and it's so close. I'll show you where I'm at here.
We got 7 of them. Come on, baby. Yes! There we go. I told you it was close. I am ecstatic about that. Holy crap. That took a lot of doing. Um, whew. Okay. I need a breather. Um, I may be able to get 18 down. Really not sure about 19. 19 is probably going to be the stopping point. Um, yeah. Let me compose myself here and see what's what. All right, so it's time to wind this down. Um, let me pull this up here. Um, Probably don't remember, so I'm just going to go over it real quick. This is where we started. Ice Golem 15, Dragon 16, Spider 16, and Fire Knight 17. This is where we are now. Ice Golem 19, Dragon 20, Spider 17, Fire Knight 19. Some of these times are high. That's okay. Pretty confident that the teams that I have set are 90% effective now, except maybe for Spider. You guys saw how close that Spider was. I think I am going to wrap this up. I want to leave him with something. Right now, I've used over 10 million silver. That's the most I've ever spent, I think, on one of these takeovers. And I've used up a whole bunch of his free energies, like almost all of them. There's a couple here. I could use those. I don't. I don't really want to. Um, I think I'm at a pretty good stopping point. I may try one more thing when this energy rolls over, but I think I'm going to call it a day. And before I give the account back, I'm going to deep dive a little more on the items and see if I can get a silver back up. But this has been a whole lot of work and a whole lot of fun. But I hope ByGem is happy with the progress. I think he should be with the dungeons at least. Now he can farm Dragon 20. The gear will come more easily. I was struggling pretty much the whole time trying to find good enough defensive and high enough accuracy pieces. Not to mention lifesteal pieces. So that's what he really needs to focus on. There are a lot of lifesteal pieces. There's actually a lot of decent gear in this account. But when it comes to trying to gear for Nightmare, most of them just don't cut it. There aren't enough defense pieces. There's a lot of good attack pieces or defense pieces with no accuracy, and it's just really hard to string everything together that you need. So some time in Dragon 20 will absolutely help this account. I didn't really get a chance to do much on the clan boss right now, but where's it at? Brutal. Well, hell, almost everything's dead. Brutal and Nightmare are cleared. The Nightmare runs that I did do were pretty sad showings. I can do much better, and I'm sure this account can do much better. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to wrap this up. I will send further notes on to ByGem, and if you guys made it all the way through this video, which I have no idea how I'm going to edit, thank you very much. And if you like it, subscribe. If you'd like me to do something like this for you, I'm open to it. So leave us a comment. Thanks. See you next time.